Well, now we have another review in our hands. Hello guys, one more time and welcome to Ring Royalty. My name is Alexis, as you already know, and today I have another review. It's been a while because last pay-per-view was Elimination Chamber and we all know that was crappy as hell, especially on the women's side. So I didn't do a review for it, but now I'm going to talk about WWE Fastlane because I was really hyped for this pay-per-view and it delivered quite well. But I'm also going to add something new to this type of reviews, and it would be AEW, because I really want to talk about AEW Dynamite, the St. Patrick's Day Slam. It was a really good event. I think it was a really good special and I really want to talk about it. I'm not sure if you will like it or not, but you probably will let me know in the comments. On Fastlane we have 2 matches involving women, and on the St. Patrick's Day we also had 2 matches involving women. So we have 4 things to talk about today. Without any further to say, so we don't lose more time, let's get right into this review. At Fastlane we have 2 matches involving women, and the first one was Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, along with the 2021 Royal Rumble winner Bianca Belair, against Shayna for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Now, you know my opinion about Shayna, I am so done with them, but for the first time ever, well, not ever, but for the first time in a while, I really wanted Team Shayna to win, because I have no idea what the hell they're trying to do with Bianca and Sasha's build up to WrestleMania. Let's start with this match. Despite I was not really hyped for it, it was a pretty good match. I feel like it's the best match that Team Shayna had in a while. There were some couple interesting spots when Sasha got the hot tag and started to give meteors to everyone. One for Nia, one for Shayna, one for Nia again. So that was nice, and also Sasha and Bianca's tag team move was pretty devastating. I feel like Sasha's knee really busted Shayna Baszler's nose. I don't remember if she was bleeding or not, but it looked brutal, really stiff, and I like that. What really bothers me from this match is the fact that both of the teams had a lot of trouble, like this past week, and can you believe that we are talking about the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships, and the 2 teams involved in this title match are basically 2 teams that had friction and basically are about to split up? Is that what the tag team division is supposed to be? I mean, we still have Mandy and Dana over there, like sexy muscle friends. We have the Riot Squad over here, and Tamina and Natalia, who are becoming one of my favorites lately. Like, you know what they're doing? They are doing that. So anyways, another really nice spot was Bianca Belair's 450 splash. I feel like she does it perfectly, and I don't remember any other women be able to do that, so that makes her unique. The only problem with this match overall, despite it was a good match, it had some entertaining spots, is the fact that I think the storytelling, the whole thing with Reginald being involved, it wouldn't be bad if Sasha Banks, the SmackDown Women's Champion, wouldn't be involved in this feud. Because I feel that's the big problem, the fact that the singles champion and the tag team champions are in the same feud one more time. I feel like if this story was going on with some other team, like the Riot Squad maybe, it wouldn't feel this off. Because I feel like the story is good, just the elements inside it are not connecting or are not making so much sense, such as Bianca being Sasha's tag team partner despite facing her at WrestleMania. But all of that came to an end when Team Shania won by Reginald Distraction again, and Sasha Banks was bitter, so she not only pushed but slapped the hell out of the EST, blaming her for the loss. And that is what we need, not only one of them turning heel, Sasha Banks turning heel. That's what we need, because Sasha Banks plays heel so much better than face. She can be great at both, but I think we can all agree that heel Sasha is the one that we all fell in love with back from NXT, her Golden Role Models run, and now her current run, possibly turning heel. It will be so interesting to see how Bianca becomes even a bigger babyface facing heel Banks at WrestleMania. I really feel like these 2 can deliver match of the year when it comes to the women's wrestling side of things if they make the build-up right. Maybe they took a little bit too long to start the build-up, but at least we're getting there. So I am hoping that things escalate more and more in the weeks to come. As for Team Shania, they are still the women's tag team champions and probably would defend the championships at WrestleMania. So overall, I feel like this match was fun. It served its purpose because it wasn't meant to be match of the night. It was more like the progression of the story between the 2 teams. It was decent for what it was. Everybody did the best they could with what they were given, so props to that. And there's nothing else to say. I'm really hoping to see what Sasha and Bianca can bring to the table in the weeks to come, and also curious to see who will be the challengers for Team Shania at WrestleMania. The second match of the night involving women was Alexa Bliss against Randy Orton. This is probably the match that I was the most invested in coming to this pay-per-view. This is the reason why I wanted to review it. Here I have Randy Orton around many girls. Well, I don't really have Alexa, but I wouldn't have imagined in a million years that I would have, a male superstar in my ring, and I'll be talking about a male superstar in a women's wrestling channel, but you never know. So anyways, this story has been so good. Alexa has been killing her character. She has been doing everything she could to make this goal, and she has delivered each and every week. All the elements that they add to her character are just so awesome, and all the layers that she has now are just unbelievable. It's amazing how good of an actress she actually is, because she has always been a great character more than a wrestler, but this is the perfect fit for Alexa Bliss, I swear. Also, the promo package that happened before the match got me even more hyped because it was so good. It reminded us how ever since The Fiend was burned alive 3 months ago, Alexa has managed to make Randy Orton's life a living hell. And that actually is the reason why this storyline is still going strong and it isn't boring at all. Like, Alexa has been serving and has been carrying this whole feud, which makes it unbelievable to think that the women was going to carry this men's storyline. Talking about Fastlane itself, it all started with shenanigans once more as Randy Orton choked in that black, disgusting substance. During his entrance, he was fed up. Then Alexa Bliss came out with her old song just to be remixed with the Firefly Funhouse song. Alexa had all of the black makeup on her eyes and she was very pale because of makeup, of course. So, I mean, they were trying to portray even a darker image that she has already shown. This was more than a match because it wasn't a match. It was a cinematic segment. I really enjoyed fire being involved and things falling from the ceiling, her smiling all the time, just skipping around, acting all lively as nothing was wrong in the world. It was so damn good until the inevitable happened. And what was that? The Fiend returned. Alexa Bliss pushed Orton against the Fiend so he could destroy Orton with his sister Abigail, and Alexa Bliss could pin him for the 1, 2, 3. Alexa Bliss is our winner. I was really confused why the match started, but there were no countouts or no disqualification. I didn't really hear if that was one of the stipulations that they had, but never mind. The whole segment was really interesting. I know that the match set for WrestleMania is obviously going to be Orton against the Fiend, or the new Fiend. I am just hoping that Alexa Bliss still has a spot on the WrestleMania card because I feel like she's one of the most popular women in the industry today, if not the most popular, and she deserves to use this star power in a match. I would really love to see her against Asuka and winning the championship. So yeah, it is what it is. It was an interesting cinematic segment. I really like what Alexa Bliss is doing. I feel like her mission is accomplished in this storyline now that the Fiend is back, and I really want her to move forward to bigger and better things for WrestleMania. Now, before we finish, I promised something at the start of the video, and it's like I'm not only going to review Fastlane, but I also want to talk about AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam. Why? Because some very interesting things happened this past Wednesday. I want to talk about them. First, let's start with Jade Cargill. She has just had 2 professional matches in her whole career, but she is such a good athlete. She has such a good personality. The way she moves, the way she talks, the way she carries herself, they all scream superstar. She's so new, but at the same time looks so experienced that I just hope she has a bright future in AEW during 2021. She has all the tools to be a big star, but she still needs to improve a little bit in the ring. It is understandable because she had only had 2 matches in her whole career, not only in AEW but as her whole career in the wrestling world. She is already good. She squashed Danny Jordan, so I'm really hoping to see what's gonna happen with her. I'm not sure about the Glam Slam or the Double Chicken Wing Facebusters finisher because we already have seen that from Beth in the past, Jazz, Bianca Belair currently doing it in WWE. So I would love to see another finisher, but overall she's doing an amazing job. So I'm really looking forward to see what she does next. And do yourself a favor and watch Britt Baker against Thunder Rosa Lights Out Unsanctioned match. That has to be the women's match of the year so far when it comes to 2021. They show absolutely how vicious they both can be. That match had everything, not only good wrestling ability, but they also had spot with chairs, ladders, tables, even a crutch was involved at some point. Both of them ended up bleeding. Just was a banger of a match. It has to be one of the most grueling matches I've seen in a long while, probably in years. So this is a must-see match, 5 stars for sure. I am not really a fan of what AEW has done with the women's division, but I have to admit that Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker are probably the first feud in the company's history that is delivering, and it is so awesome. Not only as a storyline, but also in ring matches. They are both so good in the ring. Britt Baker definitely had the upper hand as she was finding ways to win against Thunder Rosa in their past encounters. So I was really hoping for Thunder Rosa to win this time, and she did. I am very happy. This match definitely had the feel of the end of the feud match. It was the big blow-up match. I am not sure if the feud is over or not. It probably is. And I'm really curious to see what's going to happen next. This match was the icing on the cake. Do yourself a favor, like I said, and go watch it because you won't be disappointed. Kudos to AEW for putting on such a good match, such an instant classic. And also, of course, kudos to the wrestlers involved. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, you are so awesome. I'm really hoping that one of you challenges for the AEW Women's Championship and wins it in the near future, so we could have a relevant women's division in that company too. But we will see what happens. Alright, so this was my review for WWE Fastlane and AEW Dynamite St. Patrick's Day Slam. I am really curious to know about your opinion, so tell me down in the comments, did you watch all of the matches that I mentioned and were they good or bad in your opinion? Tell me all of that down in the comments. Once again, I want to thank you for your support because you are the reason why I'm doing videos here, and I would also like your input in what type of content you would like to see in my channel. I am really running out of ideas sometimes, so I have a few projects here and there that I'm not sure if they will be able to come up in the channel, but I will also love to know what do you think I should include here. What other segment or what other topic would you like to hear? Tell me all of that down in the comments as well. I just want to thank you one final time and tell you that I am really hyped for WrestleMania. I hope you are too. I feel like Sasha against Bianca is going to be one for the ages. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the Raw Women's Championship and Asuka because that's a mystery. And well, the Women's Tag Team Championships are going to be there too. I'm really praying that Natalya and Tamina get their chance because they have been killing it lately and I think they deserve it. But we will see. Stay safe everyone, and this kiss is for all of you. Goodbye!